Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in, come on in. I am so excited today. We're going to talk about AI and how we're going to use it to get this grant money. I'm in Ohio, Ohio. So as you come in, I want you to give that city and that state a shout out. Give that city and that state a shout out as you come in. Come on in. Come on in. I see you coming in. Say hello. Say hello. Let me know where you are joining from. Hello. Gwen from Jackson, Mississippi is in the house. Who else? Who else? Who else? Hello, Dr. Deb from Look at Ohio showing up. Ohio. Hello, Carolyn from Charlotte. Look at Minion. Hello, Minion from Ohio. And Corey from Sacramento and David from Welcome from Tanzania. Welcome. Julissa from South Carolina and Violet, or is it Violet from Hartford? Isn't that like the capital of like the insurance, Hartford, Connecticut? Hello, everybody. Seema is here. Kim is here from Silver Spring, Maryland, right? Diane from California. Jean Pierre is coming in. Hello, hello, Barbara. Hello, Barbara from New Jersey is in the house. Hello, Dr. SS from Texas has shown up. And Zambia, John is coming in from Zambia. We got the continent represented. We got Africa represented today. Hello, Sandy from Houston and Rosetta from South Bend and Crystal. You're in Columbus. You're with me in Columbus. I'm in Columbus. And hello, Diane from St. Louis. Some is coming in from Liberia. Yes, welcome, welcome. Our brothers and sisters from the motherland has shown up today. And Shelly from North Carolina, don't be shy, people. Come on in, represent, represent that city or that state or that continent. Hello, my name is Linda Peavy. And as you can see, I'm excited today because you are going to leave here transformed. You are going to leave here transformed because I'm going to show you how to use AI. Yes, AI to help you win this grant money. This grant money is available. It is here, and I'm going to show you how to get it. All right, all right, all right. So come on in. We're going to give it just like another minute, then we're going to get started because we have so many people coming in. But hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Linda Peavy. And yes, they call me the Grants Queen because I've been doing this for a long, long time. This is year 18. 18 that I've been in the grant industry. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about today. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, but say hello, say hello. As you come in, as you come in, I'm going to share my screen. Yes, yes, yes. There we are. So you should be able to see everything. You should be able to see my screen pretty well now. So give me a yes. Give me a yes if you can see this screen. Today, right? AI powered grant writing is what we're going to talk about. This is how to research and write grants 5 times faster. I'm going to show you how this is possible. All right. Now, I'm going to show you especially how you can discover where over $200 billion dollars in non-federal grant money, hello, is still available and how AI can help you find it. I have to say that again, over $200 billion dollars in non-federal funding because people are thinking, oh, there's no grants available because the federal government shut down grants. Hello, no. My people who work with me, who are in my community, are winning six-figure grants and five-figure grants as we speak, as you'll soon find out. All right. Plus, I'm going to show you the exact AI prompts that my students use to win these grants. I'm talking about $84,000 grants, $250,000 grants right now. All right. All right. So, are we ready? If we're ready, Give me a ready, give me a ready, give me a ready in the chat if you are ready to learn how to get this money. Give me a ready. Yes, yes, yes. Ready, 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 ready. We ready to go. We ready to roll. As we say, I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. As we say, rock and roll is we're ready to roll. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, all right, all right. Cleveland is in the house. Do you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. We are representing the land today. My hometown, my hometown. All right, all right, all right. Now, let's just get something out here just to begin. So I gotta get this to you right now. Right now. This is a no fluff zone. I don't do fluff. People who know me know there are a lot of you on here. You know me. I don't do the fluff. There's no gatekeeping. There's no trying to get this information from you. No, not today. Not today. And guess what? This is important. I need for you to share this information, right? I need for you to share this information. Do not keep this to yourself. We are in this together. So, right now, if you have the opportunity, the link that you use, like share the link if you can, get other people to come on, right? Get other people to come on if you can, right? Because we want as many people in here as possible. You're going to get a replay, but I want people on here now who can get this information. So if you know people who need to know where this grant money is and how they can get it faster than ever before, now is the time. Now is the time. All right. So the same link you use to join, or I want you to be able to share this. We're going to drop into the chat information for you to be able to just share to get people in here. All right. Because I want you to be able to share this information. But again, this is a no fluff zone, no fluff zone, no gatekeeping today. And then I need for you to share this information. This is very important. All right. Now, a little bit about me. Yes, they call me the grants queen. I have won, not just written. I have won over $18 million in grants for my clients. Won, secured, got the bag. However you want to call it, I got the money, right? That's why they call me the grants queen. And as I said, this is year 18 for me. I've been doing this for a long time. I am the founder of LaPav Writing School. I have over 3,000 students in my writing academy. Yes, they are small businesses. Yes, they are nonprofits. All right. So just to let you know, yes, there are grants for nonprofits. Yes, there are grants for small businesses. And I've trained over 30,000 organizations and individuals in grant writing through my webinars. I also teach. I teach grant writing. Some of these names you might have heard of. I teach grant writing for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program. I've taught grant writing for the Urban League. I've taught grant writing for the National Association of Women Business Owners and many other organizations. And yes, I am a proud alumnus of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program. You know you have to give your receipts up front these days. I'm just dropping some receipts for you, all right? My undergrad and graduate degrees are from the University of Akron. Go Zips. If you know, you know. Go Zips. Go Zips. If you know, you know. Go Zips. All right. And it is my mission. It is my mission, truly, and my purpose to help you get this money. To help you get this money. All right. All right. Now, let me tell you, grant writing was not where I started, but it quickly became my most requested service in my business. I wasn't always called the grants queen. I was a publishing executive in Pennsylvania, traveling the world. Great job. And then life happened and I got hurt. And when I got hurt, that was it. That was it for me traveling the world. That was it for my job. I was in Pennsylvania. Some of you are here from Pennsylvania. I was in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, living the life. And when I got hurt, that was it. And that was it. I literally came home to Cleveland in a wheelchair. Never thought I would come home to Cleveland in a wheelchair, but I couldn't stand. And I put everything I owned in a storage unit in Cleveland, Ohio, so that I could be seen by one of the best hospitals in the world, the Cleveland Clinic. So when I tell you that I know how it is to start from nothing, that is exactly what I had to do because it took me 2 years to recuperate, people. And after those 2 years is when I started LaPav Consulting. I started with nothing. I started on my sister's dining room table. And I started LaPav Consulting because I couldn't even find a job. Even after I got well, I couldn't find a job. So sometimes you just have to do it yourself. Sometimes you have to rely on yourself. And that's what I did. I started my company from nothing. And I became the executive director of a nonprofit. And guess what? I wasn't there 2 weeks before the board of directors called me in and told me I had to write a grant to save my job because they didn't have money to pay me. Now, they didn't tell me that in the interview, but all of a sudden I'm having to write a grant. I was in the same position that many of you are in right now, had never seen a grant before, had no knowledge of grants, and I'm being asked to write one to save my job. And you know what? I was scared. I was scared like some of you. But as I always teach my students, your success is on the other side of your fear. Your success to get this grant money is going to be on the other side of your fear. So you know what you're going to have to do if you're scared? You're going to have to do it scared. You're going to have to do it scared. That's what I did. I didn't know anything about grants, but I knew I needed to save my job. So I researched, I wrote that grant, and I won that grant. And that was it. That was the start of it. That was the start of it. I did it scared, people. I won the grant. And then grant writing became my most sought after experience. So I went from winning $500 grants to a $500,000 grants. I went from winning local grants to national grants to multi-year grants. And now I use AI to help my clients and students write and win these grants. I've become an expert at using AI to help win money, which is one of the reasons why my students are winning five-figure grants and six-figure grants right now. Even when people are thinking, oh my gosh, grants are gone, there are no grants, I can't find grants. You have to use a strategy. So, what are we going to talk about today? Why grant writing feels totally overwhelming, why AI is essential. People, there's no getting around it. I know you're running from it. I know some of you are running from AI as fast as you can. Let it catch you. Let it catch you, people. It's going to help you. It is essential for grant writing now. We're going to talk about some of the grant myths in the current landscape, and you are going to be happy once I am done. And then this is my 5-step framework for winning grants right now. We're going to go through every component: getting grant ready, finding your funder, telling your story, developing funder relationships, and creating a repeatable system with AI. I am not gatekeeping. I'm giving it to you. And then we're going to do a little bonus surprise. And then the Q&A. It's not the time to be shy, people. Drop your questions in either the Q&A at the bottom. You just click the Q&A or the webinar chat, one or the other, because I'm going to get to them both at the end. All right. All right. This is one of my clients, Hezbollah. Hezbollah has a program where she helps women who've been victims of domestic abuse. And she needed grant money. This was her passion. Her nonprofit was her passion. And she didn't know anything about grants, but she joined my program, became one of my students. She got a $10,000 grant. And she says, now I have funding to help my client with legal support. She has a legal support for survivors program where she helps women who've been victims to get legal help. And she's like, Linda Peavy's course really works, y'all. Yes, I have resources. I have courses. I have coaching, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But you've got to have strategy. and she learned how to have strategy from me. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. Strategy. Let's talk about why do you feel overwhelmed? I know many of you do. Why? Because you have been researching and researching and researching, trying to find grants, can't find any grants, unsure of the right funder. You know you got a program, but you can't find any organization to fund you. You don't know. Confusing guidelines. You thought you read it right, and then you got an immediate rejection letter and tight deadlines. Oh my gosh, there was a grant last week. It gave people 3 days. And what about the burnout? You've been trying to get this grant money and you keep getting all of these rejection letters. And then you're trying to write everything yourself. Every time you see a grant, you got to start from scratch. You got to start all over again. People, that is over. That is over. And you don't even know if you're ready. You don't know if your organization is ready to apply for grants. You know you got a program, you know you got a passion. And then what happens? What happens? You give up. I'm so glad that you didn't give up, because you being here today means you did not give up. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm here for you because you decided not to give up. Now, why is AI essential right now for grant writing? It's going to give you your time back, people. That's one of the main reasons I hear why people aren't even writing grants. All this money out here, $200 billion. Oh my gosh, Linda, I don't have time for this. It takes me months. Not anymore. AI can literally cut your writing and research time, but as much as 80%, 80%. When I say write 5 times faster, I mean writing 5 times faster. This fixes why 87%, I'm going to say this again, 87% of grant applications are rejected due to funder misalignment. We're going to dig deep into that one. 87%, you are not applying to the right grant. AI will allow you multiple applications a week. Some of you write one grant, maybe a month. Some of you have written one grant in the past year. How about writing two a week? How would you like to be able to write 2 grants a week? Even more than that in some instances. How many? Give me a yes. Give me a yes. If you want to be able to literally write and submit 2 grants a week, 2 grants a week. It's possible. You can do this. You can do this. That's what I'm here to tell you. You can do this. That's what AI can give to you. All right. Now I got a quick question for you. I got to move this out of the way because you got to see her. Because I want to know if you see yourself in her. I have a question for you. How many of you have heard somebody say, grants have disappeared? Funding has been eliminated. Small nonprofits can't compete. They can't get grants. How many of you think that have either heard somebody say, why are you even trying? There are no more grants. Grants are gone. Or you've heard about grants are nothing but a scam, right? Or I've seen so many fake grants out here. Let me know. How many of you have heard this? Or maybe you think grants are gone. Maybe you thought when the federal government cut grants, that was it. That was it. There were no more grants, right? Simone says all the time, right? Misty says all the time. Deborah says, yes, I've heard it, right? Juanita says, yes, wrong, right? Gwen has heard small nonprofits can't compete. This is not made up. None of it is true. None of it is true. Over $200 billion in foundation, corporate, and private grant funding is still awarded every single year. And you're sitting in a corner thinking there are no grants. And people are still getting grants. The real problem is not the funding. The real problem is alignment and preparation, which is what? It is strategy. You got to think strategy. This is so important. Let me just start off giving you some nuggets. A lot of you have been using ChatGPT. Some of you haven't. That's what we're going to be talking about today, by the way. That's my AI software of choice is ChatGPT. And so a lot of you are thinking, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to use AI because it's going to sound robotic. It's going to come out sounding robotic, and people are going to the foundations are going to know I use AI because it's not going to sound like me. That's why I don't use it. I don't want them to know I'm using it. How would they know you're using AI if you're using it right? And there's nothing wrong with saying if they ask you, yes, I use AI because AI allowed me to be able to get this grant application done. But let me give you a tip right now to just completely dispel all of that. For those of you that's like, I don't want to sound like I'm a robot. Personalize ChatGPT. Personalize it. Before you even start using it to search for grants, personalize it. There's a personalized ChatGPT button right in ChatGPT. You click it, and guess what? You can give it information about your organization. And this way, they'll already have it. They'll have your organization's mission. You can give it the community or population you serve. You can give it your location. You can give it your organization type. Are you a nonprofit? Are you a small business? You can give it your main programs, your main services. You can give it your writing style. Do you want to write clearly or more professionally or more formally or more informally? The more context you give AI, the better responses it will give you. Just this little button. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to be sharing and going back and forth a lot, right? Because I'm going to be giving you some serious demonstrations. All right. So let me show you really quickly where you find this little button that's going to help you. Let me share my screen. So this is my ChatGPT. I have the paid version, by the way, which is $20 a month. It's worth it. In the left-hand corner where it says, it should say your name. Here, let me open up my sidebar. Right here in the lower left-hand corner, it will say your name. When you click it, right? Personalization, click personalization, and there you are. You can tell it, do I want to talk warmly? Do I want to talk enthusiastically? Custom instructions about you. Feed it information so that it knows how you want it to talk. This is one example of how you can get it to sound like you. This is just one. Another is feeding it documents, right? Feeding it documents. So, for example, if you've written before in the tone that you've written in, feed it those documents and ask it to remember how you have written these documents so that it can learn your voice. You want it to learn your voice. Everybody got this? Both ways. You can do it both ways, right? Juanita is one of my um clients. She is phenomenal, right? She is phenomenal. And she says, get on Team Peavy. Thank you. ChatGPT has a nonprofit discount. Okay, what I want you to do is to be looking in the chat. We're going to be putting very important information into the chat. All right. She's saying ChatGPT has a nonprofit discount. People don't have the right tools and aren't in the right rooms. Hello. Hello. So, two ways to have it speaking your voice. Upload your documents so that it knows how you write, and then complete the personalization. Everybody got that? Because there's no reason why it should be sounding robotic. No reason whatsoever. All right? Everybody got it? Got it? Got it? All right. All right. Now, here is the good news. Federal grants do not equal all grants. Somebody has been misinforming you. Look, the funding shifted. It shifted for small businesses and nonprofits. So instead of all of the federal money being available, Now you got to go to the private foundations and the community foundations and the family foundations. Included in the private foundations are your corporate foundations, and you use grant search engines and AI to find the right match for you. Google is not enough, people. Google is not enough. All right? Google is not enough. But here's some more good news because you want to know where the grants are. Government grants are still available for nonprofits and small businesses. Hello. Your state grants, your county grants, your city and municipality grants. Have you been to your city? Have you met with your city? You know they have grants, many of them. Visit your government websites, sign up for notifications. That's where all this misinformation is coming from. So often, your Department of Development in your state, they have grants. Your county, they have grants. Your city, they have grants. I'm in Ohio. The Ohio Economic Development Grant is out right now. It's, oh my gosh, it is a multi-million dollar grant for small businesses in the state of Ohio. You haven't been going to the right place. You've been listening to these people on social media saying that there are no more grants available. Where is the money? Where is the money? You know, you remember that old commercial called like, where's the beef? Where's the beef? You know what I'm talking about. Where's the beef? Where is the money? Where is the money? Private foundations, there's 150,000 of them. Public foundations, there's 17,000. Community foundations, there's over 900. Corporate foundations, there's over 2,000. This is where the money's coming from. Even a few months ago, even the federal government re-released $2 billion in funding for mental health and wellness. And look at this figure. This is the 2024 figure, $200 billion in non-federal money. Just a circulating. Just a circulating. Where are you? Why haven't you caught up with this? Because the money is out there. It's out there. $200 billion in non-federal money. And when the 2025 number comes in, we're expecting it to be even more. Even more. All right. We're going to be using some demos. And I'm going to use this nonprofit model as the demo. Seattle Safe House, 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to ending homelessness in the city of Seattle by providing transitional housing, wraparound support services, and pathways to employment. That's just a quick mission, but we're going to be using this as an example as I show you what AI can do. All right. Now, I gave you my 5-step framework. One is legal and financial documents. Are you ready? You got to be grant ready. Your EIN, your employer identification number. Do you have one? Nonprofits, you need your 501c3. Small businesses, are you legal? Are you incorporated in the state of Ohio? You have to have a business license. Do you have your articles? So nonprofits, you really do need that 501c3. And then your small businesses, do you have your articles of incorporation? I want to know right now, who is here with me? Let me know right now in the chat. Are you a nonprofit where you need that 501c3, or are you the small business? Let me know. Or maybe you're both. Maybe you're both. Maybe you're both. I'm finding that there are a lot of organizations. There are for-profit starting nonprofits, nonprofits starting for-profits. That's smart if you're both. Missy says, I have both with documents. All right. She's like, not only do I have both, I have both with my documents. That's called being ready. All right. I see a mix here, which is great. And I see some of you have both. Now, nonprofits, you know, you need a list of your board members. I could do a separate webinar on nonprofits and their board of directors. No, it cannot be all family and friends. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. It can't be all family and friends. Your board has got to keep you accountable. It should be a diverse board. that's coming to help you. Maybe somebody with legal experience, maybe somebody with accounting, somebody with fundraising. If you're in education, maybe another educator. But you need your list. If you are currently operated, get those financial documents in order, your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement. Yes, you need an annual budget. At the end of the day, you've got to know approximately how much money is it going to take for me to operate. You got to know that before you decide how much grant money you need. And yes, you need a business checking account. Do not think you're going to just mix those funds. Do not mingle those funds with your personal money. You need a separate checking account. Doesn't matter if you are a nonprofit or a business. All right. So, number one, get grant ready. How can AI help you get grant ready? This is what you can have AI do. You're going to all get the replay. You'll all get this replay. So don't worry. Look, I told you I'm not gatekeeping today, and I'm not even charging you for the replay. You're all going to get it. The replay includes you'll have the screens, you'll be able to get these prompts. Now, when you give a prompt to AI, it is always best that you let AI know what you're functioning as. It's going to give you a better answer. So, AI can help you become grant ready. So, this is the prompt. Act as a nonprofit grant readiness advisor. My organization is a 501c3 nonprofit called Seattle Safe House that provides transitional housing, employment support, and case management to people experiencing homelessness in Seattle. You're asking AI, create a grant readiness checklist for my organization. Include the legal, financial, and organizational documents required before applying for grants, such as this little list here. Also, identify any common documents nonprofits forget that funders expect. It's going to give you this information. Put in this prompt, and it's going to get you this information. And this will help you to determine, do I have the documents? Am I ready? It's going to tell you whether or not you're ready. All right. So this is a fast and easy way. Instead of you going on the internet, doing all this research, just hours and hours and weeks, it'll give you the answer in seconds. Seconds. All right. Now, let's get to the meat of this. How do you find your funder? Your funder. Notice I say your funder. Not just how do you find a funder. You can find funders. Funders are everywhere. Foundations are everywhere. How do you find your funder? This is where AI is going to save you hours and hours and hours. Because here's the mistake you're making, people. You're chasing every open grant. Ooh, $100,000, let me apply. $50,000, let me apply. If you have a bakery and you're making cakes and cookies and donuts every day, why are you applying for grants that's meant for organizations that build motorcycles? Why? You saw $50,000, that's all you saw was money, and you decided to apply. That's why you're getting rejection letters. You're applying without any alignment because you're seeing dollar signs. You're misreading even the eligibility criteria. That grant was for a small business and you're a nonprofit. This is why 87% get rejected due to the wrong funders. You're not even applying to the right organization. But how can AI fix this? Because this is what AI can do. AI can analyze your mission and filter out aligned funders. It can literally summarize eligibility instantly. It can identify keywords that funders want to see to show you whether or not this is the right organization. This is what you need. Because many of you aren't doing this because you're saying you don't have time. And let's talk about what happens if you do it the traditional way. You got 10 browsers open. People, be honest. How many of you got more than 10 browsers open right now? Right now, close those browsers. You should be paying attention. Close the browsers. You should be paying attention. You got 10, 15 browsers open right now. Shut those browsers down. Yeah, people who know me know I keep it real. Shut those browsers down. You can't even see the screen for all these tabs open. You just researching, just a researching, just a researching. Hours, hours, hours. Still, after you're done, still don't know whether you qualify for the grants. This is what AI can do. Summarize the guidelines in seconds because this is what you can do. You can literally upload a grant application into AI, upload your information. It could be a paragraph about your information, and it's going to summarize it in seconds and tell you whether or not you should be applying to that grant. And then it's going to find all these other grants that you should be applying to. Now you've saved 4 to 5 hours easily, easily, easily. So now all of a sudden, AI becomes your grant research assistant for free if you've got the free version. I pay $20 a month. If you can spend that, I would recommend it. But even if you don't, now you have a grant research assistant because you can describe your mission and ask AI to identify the funders that you should be applying to because it's going to identify potential foundations, explain the funding priorities, estimate award sizes so you know what is the amount of the grant, and identify whether or not the funder is even a good match. So let's see how it works. We got Seattle Safe House, right? We got Seattle Safe House. We're going to find some funders. Here's the prompt that I'm going to put into ChatGPT. Again, start with the position. Act as an experienced grant strategist and foundation researcher, like me, like Linda Peavy. That's what I do. My nonprofit, Seattle Safe House, provides transitional housing, employment support, and case management for individuals experiencing homelessness in Seattle. Identify 5 private, community, or family foundations most likely to fund this type of program. For each foundation, include the foundation name, priorities, grant size, and why Seattle Safe House should be a strong match. Pretty simple prompt, right? So I'm going to take that prompt and place it into my chat GPT, right? I'm going to share my screen. So I'm doing this live, people. I'm doing it live. This is, let's see. Let me make sure my chat GPT is brought up. All right, that's my chat GPT. We don't need the personalization anymore. But so here's the description, right? This is what I told you about Seattle Safe House. Just a little paragraph, a little mission, a little paragraph. That's it. That's all you need. Here is my prompt. I'm copying my prompt in here. The prompt that I just gave you. Find your funder. Find your funder. We're doing this live. I want to see how long this takes. So people count for me. Here's the prompt. Here's some information, right, about Seattle Safe House. I want you to count for me. I just hit it. I want you to count for me. So it's doing this thing, right? It's thinking, searching for foundation information in Seattle. Let's see. Time to start the search. It's going through. It's going to be searching local foundations, national foundations, family, private. This is what I asked it to do. So it's going through this like you, and literally you can see it searching. Now, typically this doesn't take very long, but let's see how long this is going to take. Now, if you're in like a super hurry and you wanted to answer like 2 or 3 seconds, you can always hit answer now, but we're not going to do that. We're going to just kind of let it do its thing and see how long it's going to take. And I want you to think about how long this would have taken you. Uh-oh, 48 seconds. 48 seconds. Seattle Foundation. Number one, priority, funding priorities, grant size. Why Seattle Safe House is a strong match. Medina Foundation. So it's giving you a community foundation, a private foundation, 48 seconds, people. 48 seconds. Balmer, a private foundation, right? 48 seconds. How long would it have taken you? I want you to tell me in the chat, how long would this have taken you? the Schultz Family Foundation. Number four. Now, you saw I gave it up one paragraph. I only gave it one paragraph. How long would this have taken you? The Reiki's Foundation, Family Foundation, funding priorities, right? 48 seconds. 48 seconds. So tell me. Somebody said weeks. Somebody said weeks. That's what I'm talking about. Weeks. Weeks. All right. So, yes, that's what it can do. Now, we're not done. Let me go back. So, I gave you the prompt. Now, this is important, right? Let's say you find a foundation. Let's say you find a foundation. You can literally ask it, and this is where it really saves you time, whether or not you should apply to that foundation, right? So you can say, here are the eligibility guidelines from XYZ Foundation. So you have a foundation in mind, like you chose one of those. To save you time, you can ask it to summarize their eligibility requirements instead of you going on their website, spending hours trying to figure out what is going on. Put their URL into AI and then say, explain 3 reasons why my organization could be a strong fit, right? Normally, we would spend 30 to 60 minutes literally reading the page of eligibility for the grant and trying to find out, do I qualify? Do I qualify? Instead, you can paste that link to that foundation into AI and ask it, is this for me? Is this for me? Right? Again, saved time. Now, we saw the Seattle Foundation. I happen to know about the Seattle Foundation. So let's see. Let's see. We're going to give it another prompt. Again, we're acting as an experienced grant strategist and foundation researcher. Review the current grant opportunities listed by the Seattle Foundation. Based on these opportunities, find out the foundation's key funding priorities and eligibility requirements. Where is their geographical focus and why? Give me some reasons why my organization would be a good fit. You do this for your organization and a foundation that you found or any funder that you found, right? And see what happens. So we're going to put this prompt into ChatGPT. This is how you save time. We're going to share. Again, we're back up with our ChatGPT. Here's the new prompt. So it gave us funders. One was the Seattle Foundation. Here's the prompt, right? Here, we're going to move that out of the way. We're going to hit live. So let's see. Let's see. Look what it did. You sitting there taking hours trying to find out whether or not you qualify for the Seattle Foundation grant. And it's already telling you what the eligibility requirements are, where do they give money, and why your organization could be a strong fit. Do you see where it's literally helping you write this grant application for you? It's literally telling you why you're a good fit. You're going to use this information. Oh my gosh, it already did it. Look at this. Strategic positioning for a grant application. Now, you know I didn't ask it to do that. It's literally writing the grant application for you, right? Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. All right. It's just, it is amazing. That's right, Rosetta. A 5 seconds versus hours. Versus hours. That's what I'm talking about. Kathleen says this is the only way to position you and your organization to receive grant awards. Now, we're going to share again. Here, let's move this out of the way. So what are the takeaways? 87% of proposals are rejected because the organization applied to the wrong funder. Not because the program was bad, not because the proposal was weak, because the funder and mission did not align. AI fixes these problems. This is what you have to do. You have to work with strategy. The traditional method was what? One funder could take you 4 hours. AI, you can go through 20 funders in an hour because they already gave you five. You could have asked for 10. You could have asked for 15. You could have asked for 20. This is what I'm talking about when I say 5 times faster. All right. Now, before we go any further, I want to bring up Kathleen. Kathleen has won grants during a time when people are thinking, ah, oh, there are no grants. The grants are gone. The grants, they disappeared. And she's one of my students. Kathleen, introduce yourself. Thank you, first of all, for hopping on. Introduce yourself. And
Thank you.
people know
Mhm.
about your organization first, because we want to spread some love to your organization. And just tell people like what has been the difference in how you search for grants now versus what you were doing before you got into this community. And I also want you to mention the importance of meeting with the funders and the foundation. So let's give Kathleen some love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Linda. I'm grateful to Linda for helping me to reconnect with the craft of strong grant writing and pairing the discipline of a solid proposal with new possibilities that tools like AI now, bring to the process. And so, I just wanted to acknowledge that just how on point my conversations, with Linda and completing the program with her and what it's really meant to our outcomes. So again, hello everyone. My name is Kathleen Greeley, and I'm the executive director of Community Reinvestment Coalition Inglewood here in Toledo, Ohio. And working with my mentor, Linda, has helped me to reconnect with the fundamentals, again, of strong grant writing and just structuring a proposal so that it clearly answers the questions that reviewers are asking about need, impact and sustainability. For example, one of the proposals that I worked on focused on our Black Kings and Black Mentorship Program, which supports young men through leadership development, mentorship, and community engagement. And the proposal walks reviewers through the program structure and measurable outcomes like improved academic performance, workforce readiness, and stronger community engagement. And what AI has helped me do is to accelerate the research and the framing process. And I can now prompt AI to review a funder's previous giving history, identify alignment with our programs, and help to refine how we present our impact. And so, for instance, I often start with a prompt like, our organization is applying for a grant for, this program I just described for you, based upon the funder's previous giving priorities. Is this a strong fit? And what impact should we emphasize in our proposal? And so that simple step helped me to approach the grant with more strategy. And I think that was the word that Linda just used, which I'm now a strategist and an architect when I approach the grants before I even begin writing. And so for me, AI isn't replacing the work, it's helping to strengthen the thinking and preparation behind a strong proposal. And Linda has been instrumental in helping me to reconnect those tools with real grant writing discipline. I'm hoping that I'm answering
No,
your question.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. Did you hear what Kathleen said, though? She said that she is using AI, and this is another nugget, right, that I didn't even talk about. In her prompt, she is saying based on the past giving history of the foundation, is it a good fit for my organization? So there's another nugget. So when you are doing the searching and you have a foundation in mind, ask, because it's going to be able to tell you the past funding history of that foundation and whether or not it aligns to your organization. So, new nugget, new nugget. Yes, let's give Kathleen some love. Let's give her some love. That was amazing. And she is a grant when she's winning grants. She is winning grant. Did you hear her say that she now feels like she is a grant strategist? And I heard that word, Kathleen, grant architect. Grant architect. I heard you. That's what I'm talking about. This is, you can't do this willy-nilly. Strategy is what is going to get you grant money. Strategy. All right. All right. Now, again, let me give you another nugget. Do you know that you can ask AI to every single day give you a list of grants? How many knew that? How many knew that? Every day, you give it a prompt to give you a list of grants. Okay, let AI help you monitor new funding opportunities while you focus, because you need to focus on writing and running your programs. Let AI find these grants for you, and not only find the grants, tell you about them every day. So here's the prompt: create a daily task to search for new grants for a nonprofit providing transitional housing and employment services in Seattle. Send a summary of opportunities with the deadlines and the links every day. Every day, you'll get the prompt. Now, every single day, you will be getting a list of grants. Was that alone not worth you showing up? Was that alone not worth you showing up? All right? Every single day. Now you'll get a list of grants. Now, telling your story. A grant narrative is the opportunity for you to tell your story. And telling your story, it includes that need statement, that all important need statement. Why do you exist? Whether you are a small business or a nonprofit, why do you exist? Your organizational profile. What is your program? What are you doing? It doesn't have to be a program, it could be a project. Maybe you're opening up a restaurant. Whatever it is that you are providing. And then your target populations. Who are you helping? As most of you've heard me say, you can't help everybody. There's riches and niches. You might have heard that. You got to niche down. If you tell me you help veterans, I'm going to ask you what kind of veterans: homeless veterans, veterans with PTSD. You got to niche down. And then budgets. This is how you tell your story. And AI can help you tell your story. The heartbeat of every grant is the need statement. Why? Because the foundation must understand what is the problem that you are solving. And if you're opening up that restaurant, maybe there weren't any other restaurants within 2 miles, right, of your location. Maybe that's why you opened. You have to be able to provide credible data and statistics. If it is a program, you got to connect it to the community. This is one of the reasons why churches don't get grant money, even though there's grant money for churches. How is your program connecting with the community? So instead of saying, look, we just have, we have our preaching, we have our worship service, and I want a grant. That's not always good enough. What programs do you have as a church where you're helping the community? Maybe you have a daycare center. Maybe you have a program where you're teaching the office suite like Microsoft, and you're teaching technology skills, you're teaching AI, and the community can come in and be a part of your program. That's going to put you in a much better position to get a grant because now you're helping the community. So the need statement gives you information as to why you exist, right? And AI can help you. Here's the prompt. Again, act as a nonprofit grant writer. Give it its title, Write a 250-word grant proposal statement of need for Seattle Safe House. Explain why this issue is urgent and why this type of program is necessary. So let's stop sharing. Let's grab that prompt. We're going to grab that prompt and put it back into ChatGPT because now we need a statement of need. Now we need a statement of need. So there's your prompt. I'm doing all this live. Let's see what it's going to give us. You're seeing this in real time. Look at it. Look at it. That wasn't even a second, right? I mean, seriously, that wasn't even a second. Seattle is facing a deepening homelessness crisis that continues to impact thousands of individuals across the city, right? Now you can ask it for stats, offer stats and data that supports the program, showing a need. Because remember, I said we need to show data and stats. Pretty simple, right? Offer stats and data that supports the program showing a need. That was simple, right? Look at this data. We're not even we're going at lightning speed now. Look at this. Seattle, more than 16,800 people were experiencing homelessness in a single night in 2024. I want to know how long it would have taken you to get this information. This represents a 26% increase in homelessness since 2022. Look at the data, 2024. This crisis is closely tied to Seattle's extremely high cost of living. Housing costs in Seattle are about 50% higher than the rest of the country. Look at this. At the same time, nearly 46,000 households in Seattle are severely cost burdened. And it's asking me like, if you like, Linda, I can create a much stronger foundation style version of this need statement. I can add 3 or 4 additional Seattle homelessness stats. Yes, please. Yes, please. And there it goes. There it goes. Look at this. Seconds. Seconds. It's literally writing the need statement for you, right? It's writing the need statement for you. And within here is all of this data and all of these stats. We're talking about seconds, people. This is why when I tell you it's 5 times faster, you're going to be able to write this grant application 5 times faster. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. All right. And Melissa says, I swear this makes me want to pay for the premium. $20 a month. It's worth it. It really is. It's worth the $20 a month. But if you don't have the $20 a month, that's okay. Use it. Now, again, you can have it add emotion and more humanity. Rewrite this statement of need to make it more compelling and emotionally engaging while maintaining a professional grant tone, right? Because this was all about data, data, data. Remember, you're telling a story. So let's put this in here real quick. Let's see what it says. Let's just put this in here really, really quickly. Let's go back to the screen here because we want a little bit more humanity in here, right? Oh, here, let's see. Let me make sure I have the right prompt. We want to give it the right prompt. So the prompt, there you go. That was right. So the prompt says, using the previous statement of need, extract the following 3 key stats funders would care about, 1 powerful quote that could be used in the proposal, and 3 measurable outcomes this program should achieve, right? So it's pulling out information, is pulling it out. Look at this. That's that emotional quote. Tens of thousands of Seattle households are severely cost burdened, spending more than 50% of their income on housing, placing them at the high risk of homelessness. So this idea that it's just going to be robotic, no, no. It can be as emotional as you want it to be. You just have to do what? You just have to train it to do that. All right. Now, oh, come on, come on, come on. Let's stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, let's keep going. So there was the prompt, and you saw what could happen. Now, let me just quickly explain something to you. And this is what Kathleen was saying. Excuse me, is powerful, but it's not going to replace your strategy. You determine how to use it because it can't understand your organization's relationships. You have to build those relationships with foundations. It's not going to generate original program data. That's why you got to feed it some information about your organization. And if you do that, you won't have to worry about this being unethical or plagiarism because you are feeding it your original information and description about your organization. And then it's taking what you're feeding it and creating all of this information. So it's speeding up the process. So it's AI and strategy. It can even polish your organization's story because many organizations figure they just struggle on how to present what they're doing because one size does not fit all. Different funders, different foundations focus on a different focus. So it can literally, once you write your about us, put it into AI and have AI rewrite it based on the foundation that you're seeking money from because they can tweak it to make it look better, make it better aligned to that foundation. It's not going to make it something different, but it can rewrite for you. Now, we all know about goals. You have to have goals, right? So this is where AI can come in because funders hear me out. They fund outcomes, not activities, outcomes, outcomes. It's great that you've got some activities going, but what is the impact? What is the impact of what you're doing? That is what is key. So here's an example of a week goal. You've got to have goals. It doesn't matter if you are a small business or a nonprofit, you've got to have goals. A week goal is we provide housing services. So does other organizations. What's different about yours? A strong goal would be we place 75% of participants into permanent housing within 12 months. As a foundation, I'm going to be interested in hearing that information, not that you just provide housing services. So AI will help you convert, right, these regular activities into actual goals, either the ones that you have, or it can literally suggest for you goals, right? It can suggest for you goals if you don't have any. So let's take a look at how this is going to work. Here's the prompt. Using the Seattle Safe House program description, write 3 measurable program goals and outcomes for a grant proposal. So if you don't know what your goals should be, it can help you. It can help you. Let's see what it's going to do. Here's the goal prompt. I am bringing it back up. So again, this is where it can literally help you in determining what to do because you may not know. You may not even have an idea of like what your goals should be. And Juanita's here. I work with Juanita on coming up with goals, right? So look at this. It's giving you 3 goals. And not only is it giving you goals, it's giving you specific outcomes that you can shoot for. Goal 1, increase housing stability for individuals experiencing homelessness. At least 80% of program participants will transition into stable permanent housing within 12 months. It's literally giving you ideas. Improve employment and economic self-sufficiency. At least 70% of participants will obtain employment, vocational training, or educational placement during their participation in the program. Because you're going to need goals. It's literally coming up with the goals for you. Tell me this is not going to save you hours. You're trying to figure out what should my parameters be? What should I be working towards? And it's already giving you what it is. When I say 5 times faster, I'm not 5 times faster, right? Are there AI? We'll get to the questions. Keep asking your questions. I see some great ones. I'm gonna get to all of the questions, all of them. I see some great ones. You could spend 3 hours writing these goals. AI did it in what? It's not even like 3 seconds. Oh, let's talk about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know I was gonna bring this up. Yes, many of you will need to adapt your language. You're not losing your mission. You're adapting your language because there are organizations that don't want you to use the word black or women, right? Or any type of ethnicity. So if you serve communities of color, if you serve women, if you serve underserved populations, you may need to tweak your language, not change your mission, not change who you serve, just tweak that language and reframe it around the barriers and the outcomes and the access, not who you serve, not the target population. You may need to take out the word black. If you're saying I serve black boys, now you can say I serve underrepresented boys. AI will rewrite your language for you. So here's a prompt here, just to give you an example. Rewrite the following program description for a grant proposal using population neutral, impact focused language while maintaining the mission of the organization. So you focus on the barriers to the opportunity, right? The systemic challenges faced by the community, and then the program outcomes. So your original description might have said, our program supports Black individuals experiencing homelessness by providing transitional housing, case management, and workforce development services, right? Here, I'm going to drop this in here. I want to show you how it's going to rewrite that information. All right, hang on just a second. I want to pull it up. So it's going to rewrite this particular description. Or here, let's see here. I'm going to do this as fast as I can. I'm going to try to do this live. Let me do this live. All right, let me go back. Let me go back. Because I want to show you how we're able to do this. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. There we go. All right. Oh, I think my computer is trying to be caught in a loop here. Hang on just a second. Let me get this fixed because I really want to put this in here. I definitely want to put this in here. Hang on just a second. Let me, there we go. All right. My computer wants to be caught in a loop. Okay, hang on just a second, just a second. There we go. Finally, finally. All right, I want to put this particular wording in here. There we go. All right. Now I got it. Thanks for hanging in there. All right. I'm going to share it one more time. And I want you to see how it's going to rewrite. Okay. And I'm going to ask it, rewrite for better language, not using ethnicities. All right. Now you should be able to see it. So let's see. Here are a few stronger grant appropriate rewrites, right? So we said our program supports Black individuals experiencing homelessness by providing transitional housing, case management, and workforce development services. It rewrote it to say our program supports individuals experiencing homelessness by providing transitional housing, personalized case management, and workforce development services designed to help participants achieve long-term stability and independence. And in option two, it says those who face significant economic and social barriers. Significant economic and social barriers. That's how it's rewriting this language. It's looking at the condition, right? The condition instead of the ethnicity. And that's what you want to do. Yes, make sure you're dropping your questions. Please drop your questions into the webinar chat or the Q&A, either one, webinar chat or Q&A. All right. Now, let's get back to our presentation. All right. There we go. Come on. Come on, slideshow. All right, there we go. So you notice what happened, right? The mission didn't change. The people served didn't change. What changed was how it was framed. All right. Now let's talk about what most organizations struggle with the most, the budget. The budget, most applicants think budgets are just numbers. They're not, because guess what? You all need to know how you're going to spend the grant money, what the money will support, how each cost connects to your impact, how each cost connects to the impact. The impact is so important, right? What is the impact of your organization? Why the investment matters. A strong budget narrative translates dollars into outcomes, and AI can literally help you not only create a budget, but it will write the budget narrative for you. So here's the prompt, because I want all of you to think in your head and be ready to know how you're going to spend a $5,000 grant, a $10,000 grant, a $25,000 grant, and a $50,000 grant. You should know immediately how you would spend this money. If I gave you $50,000, how would you spend it? And so you can ask AI to come up with a budget. So the prompt is create a $50,000 grant budget and a 100-word budget narrative for Seattle Safe House. Explain how each major expense contributes to the program outcomes. All right. So let's see. It can literally create this budget for you. All right. So let's put this in here. Let's see what we got. We're going to go back to share screen. There we are. Nope, not it. Let's do it one more time. Share screen. And we want to go back to there. So let's ask it. And I want you all to do this for 5, 10, 15, 25, and 50. I added one. Let's see what it's going to do, because right now you know about your program, but you may not know how you're going to spend the money. It will help you decide how you're going to spend the money. There's your ideas. Put $20,000 towards rental assistance, utilities, housing supplies. Put $12,000 towards the personnel, a portion of the salary and benefits. Put $8,000 towards your workforce development services. Put $5,000 towards transportation assistance, right? So that they can get back and forth. If there's a training program, put $5,000 towards admin support. There's your $50,000 and your budget narrative. How long are you going to spend thinking about how you can spend $50,000 when you can put your program into AI and it will tell you how to spend it? How to spend it. I love these questions. Keep dropping these questions. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We got more to get through. All right. So there's your budget narrative. Now, let's talk about the funder relationships. Winning grants isn't only about writing proposals, people. I've been in this business for 18 years, and let me tell you, the number one funding move that too few organizations make is meeting with the foundation. You must create this relationship. You have to meet with the foundation. Don't let this be scary. Be prepared. Don't be scared, be prepared, right? I need to start using that slogan. Don't be scared, be prepared. Literally, AI can help you. Because guess what? When you meet with that foundation, they want to create this relationship with you because guess what? You want to go back in year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5 to ask for grants. Not just year 1. They want to build this relationship with you. This is the number one move that too few organizations make because one thing I've noticed after having trained over 30,000 people, organizations that meet with foundations win more grants. I'm going to say that again. Organizations that meet with the foundation, they win more grants. How do you be prepared? How do you be prepared? Let me show you. Here's the prompt. Act as a foundation program officer reviewing our nonprofit. Based on the mission of the Seattle Safe House, generate 8 questions you would ask before deciding whether to fund our program. You're going to be ready before you even get in the door because you're going to ask AI to give you the questions that it thinks that foundation is going to ask you so that you have time to answer them before you even set up the meeting. Tell me this is not impressive. Tell me this is not impressive. I want you to see how this works. Let's put this prompt in here. Let's put this prompt in here really quickly. Let's put this prompt in here so that you can see how this is working. Let's go back. Here's the prompt. Because you need to be ready to meet with that foundation. There's your 8 questions. How does Seattle Safe House's transitional housing model operate in practice, and how long do participants typically remain in the program before transitioning to permanent housing? What measurable outcomes has Seattle Safe House achieved to date in areas such as permanent housing placement, employment attainment, and long-term housing stability? It helps you to prepare for the meeting. And as you can see, it shows 8 different categories from your community. Who are your partners? Who are your other social service agencies that you work with? It prepares you to meet with the foundation. It prepares you to meet with the foundation. This is why my students are winning grant money. This is strategy, people. This is strategy. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's share. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You got to meet with the foundations. That is critical. Nicola. Nicola won $250,000, people. While other people are in the corner thinking the grant money is gone, Nicola won her $250,000 because she is in my program. She knew how to write this application. The proposal was so impressive. Now, I have to say, in my 18 years, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this happen. She asked for $50,000 a year for 2 years. The application was so impressive, they countered and said to her, would you take $250,000 over 6 months? Because we want you to expand this program to other sites. And guess what? For those of you who are thinking that for-profits don't get grants, she's a for-profit. They countered and said, would you take $250,000, please? Um, yes, yes. This is what happens when you use strategy. And so number 5 is this repeatable system with AI, because when you combine AI to do the research and the writing and the preparation and the funder conversations, you're not scrambling for grants. Scrambling for the grants is out. You're building a repeatable system because once you build this grant template, the grant template will cover all of the areas that we talked about and then some, including impact. because your impact is beyond your transformation. We talked about this. You can see this. So not only are you bringing in the homeless community, but you have stats to say once they finish my program, they go into permanent housing or we find them jobs or we allow them whatever they need to go back to school. That's the impact, not the fact that you brought them in. What was the transformation? You open up a restaurant. What is the transformation in that community? Because you now have a restaurant, not because you built the restaurant, but what happened because you built the restaurant internally and externally. You hired people. That changed somebody's life, right? Because you hired them. But what is that restaurant doing in the community to change the community? Maybe you offer cooking lessons, right? It's the transformation. You have an after school program. It's not good enough for you to have 150 students in the after school program. What is the impact? That they increase their reading scores and their math scores so that they could graduate from school on time, from high school on time. That's the impact. So this repeatable system means you have a grant template. You're not starting from scratch because you have a template where you're doing it over and over and over again. So it helps you get grant ready to find your funder, to tell your story, to do your needs statement, to do your organizational profile, your program design, your target populations. It will rewrite your DEI. While I take a sip. Your budget, your funding relationships, your repeatable AI system. So, can you imagine a system where every grant begins with a strong foundation rather than you just starting from scratch? AI can help you write 5 times faster and apply more opportunities without burning out. That's the issue, you burning out. So, I invite you to be able to work with me so that I can help you save time and start not just writing a bunch of grants, but winning grants, right? Here's Kimberly. I don't know if Kimberly is with me. She was on my webinar a couple of days ago. She said this was one of the easiest applications she's ever written in her life. It was like a 4-page application. As I told you, applications are no longer 100-page documents because foundations don't have the staff to read through 100-page documents all the time. Some of these applications are 3 and 4 pages. I kid you not. But she works with me, so she knew what to write. 4 pages, done, $84,000. 4 pages, $84,000. She has a program that she's implementing at 2 local high schools. Strategy, people. So your next step, you have 2 options. Either I can write your grant template for you, and I do mean every single component. You're not writing one syllable. We're going to do it for you. Or you can learn to do it yourself through my course. So let's start with the fastest path is the done for you template, where we are going to write all of these grant components for you. Because a lot of organizations struggle not because their mission isn't strong, it's because the foundation is not structured in the way that funders expect. Remember, this is year 18 for me. I know what funders are looking for. I won almost $18 million for clients doing this. We're going to write it for you. We're going to write a customized grant template for you with all of those components, your organizational profile, your program description, your needs statement, your impact statement, your target population, your goals, your outcomes, your budget framework, your sustainability narrative. We're going to do it for you. I'm going to meet with you. We're going to have that strategy session, right? This is a $10,000 value, actually more than that when you include the bonuses. But you're going to walk away with a professional grant foundation ready to apply for grant after grant after grant. And we are including your executive summary. So not only will you have a grant template, Juanita is with me. She bought this program. Her grant template ended up being what? I think it was almost 30 pages. Done for you. You take it and you start applying to grant after grant after grant. We include the executive summary. You get a strategy call with me. And I have 2 huge bonuses. This is $10,000 because guess what? You're working with me directly. Directly. Bonus number one, my brand new AI course. I wrote one of the most in-depth courses on the market. I know of two others that are as in-depth and they belong to universities. This is the only AI course right now that is specifically geared towards you winning grant money that has a custom GPT. I created and built a custom GPT built into the program. That's your bonus one. If you buy the grant template in the next 3 days, you get the course. You get my brand new grant course because people know I like to support you. So even after you have this phenomenal grant template, I'm giving you the course so that you can continue to grow and use AI to find and write grants. And you see all those prompts I gave you, you get 150 in the course. This is the free course you're getting with the grant template. 8 modules, 10 demonstration videos, 20 lessons, prompts. And you come into our Facebook group, our private Facebook group, and I do live monthly group coaching calls. You buy the grant template today, you get bonus too, a list of 10 grant opportunities customized to your organization. Let us do the work for you. Let us build your grant template the way it should be built, a professional grant template. I'm throwing in my AI course. I'm also going to give you a list of 10 grant opportunities. So, what is the value of you applying now for 2 grants a week versus 2 per month or 2 per year? You get more opportunities, more funding potential. This done for you template, it's done. You start applying for grants. What is the cost of you saving this amount of time and avoiding this burnout? Because this is the same grant framework that I use with the organizations that are using and writing and winning the 5 and 6 figure grants. This is it. This is what they're doing. And keep in mind, a lot of organizations invest thousands of dollars hiring grant writers to build this same grant template that's worth $10,000. This is something that you're going to be working with me directly on, which is why the value is $10,000. Plus, you get the course, plus, you get a list of grants, plus, you get the executive summary. So, you can spend $10,000 to hire a grant writer to build you a grant template. You can do that. Or you can buy the grant template that's now worth over $15,000 because we're including the custom list of grants and we're including the AI course, which is valued at $3,000. So now the package is $15,588. You can spend that on a grant writer to create that template, or you can pay $997 or 2 payments of $597. All of these things done for you. $997 done for you. The grant template, the executive summary, the private strategy call with me. I'm throwing in the $3,000 grant accelerator grant AI course. You're getting 10 grants custom to your organization. You will be ready to apply for grants. I'm giving you the grants to apply to. I'm giving you the grant template. We're going to meet so that you know exactly what you should be doing. The link is in the chat. This is for 3 days, 3 days, $997 or 2 payments of $597. And yes, we also offer the buy now, pay later if you want that. And guess what? We don't wait until you pay later. You do the buy now, pay later. You get everything right now. But that way you get 4 different payments interest free. We do offer that. Klarna, and there's one other that you can choose once you go through the payment method. But let's say you just look, you just want to learn the system. You just want to learn the system. You can just get the AI course. If you just want to do it yourself, we offer the AI course. The $3,000 AI course, is going to be $197. Even that's discounted. 3 days, 3 days only, 3 days only. So if you just want to buy the course, you can just buy the course, which includes everything we talked about for $197. It's a $3,000 course. So you decide one or the other. You can buy the course, move forward. Now, when you buy the course, you still come into the Facebook community, by the way. It is phenomenal. The Facebook community is phenomenal. You get help. You have peers. And you still come to the live group coaching call. So the course is 197 by itself. The biggest deal by far is the grant template because you're actually getting the course. All right. So the links, I'm going to stop sharing. The links are in the chat. The links are in the chat. Juanita says it's well worth it. She bought the grant template. I even gave her, right, a logic model. She even got the logic model, right? We even gave her a logic model. All right, all right, all right. Now, we're going to do, oh, let me just show you really quickly so you know how to buy each one. So here's because some of you are asking. So the link to the done for you, I'm going to share my screen right now. The link for the done for you here. Um, the link for the done for you, let me show you what that is in the chat. So this is everything you get. Your grant template, we're going to write all of this for you. You're going to meet with me. And that says 20 minutes. Juanita, how long did we meet? We met for almost 3 hours, didn't we? We met for almost 3 hours. The executive summary, this is all you get. And I was mentioning that if you want to do the buy now, pay later, you can. You simply, so you, two payments of $597 or one payment of $997. To do the buy now, pay later, hit pay another way, then hit new payment, and we offer Klarna and Afterpay. And with each one, I'm pretty sure it's, here you go, 4 interest-free payments. So 4 interest-free payments. And you can, for over between 3 and 18 months. So literally interest-free. And you get it immediately. Like we don't wait until you pay up. We set up that strategy call with you and we get started. We get started. So that is the done for you. And if you just want the course, this is the course here is 197 or two payments of 127. And you get 10 demo videos. I literally show you live what to do. 20 lessons, 8 modules, templates, 150 prompts. You can even get an idea of what you have here. See where it says writing DI friendly grant proposals. It'll rewrite your narrative for you. It'll show you how to use AI to do everything that we did today, plus more. You've got 8 modules. Also, if you buy the course, the AI course is only $197, people. It's going to go back up to $500 in 3 days. If you buy the course, you hit the link, and I want to show you something. Oh, here, I think I'm logged in. So this is the actual course. Starts with a video. Let me turn that off. Starts with the video. You've got your modules, and I have a custom GP that I built. This is all in the course. All right, all in the course. Now, let me show you one other thing. Let me sign out because I want to show you when you buy the AI course. Again, when you hit sell, you have the opportunity, even with the 197, look at this, even with the 197, put in whatever your email address is, and look here, pay another way, new payment. You can still do Afterpay Look at this. You can still do Afterpay and Klarna for $197, right? You can still do Afterpay and Klarna for $197. They're going to divide it into what? Probably three or four interest-free payments, even for $197. If you buy the AI course and you still want to meet with me privately, click this little box. You can do an Ask the Expert private grant coaching session. You can still do that. It's normally $500. It's half price for $247. Now that's a mini session with me, but it is a strategy session. So if you still want to meet with me and buy the course, just add that on. All right. So those are your options there. I'm going to stop sharing and I am going to start with the Q&A because I have a lot of questions. All right. On the replay, I will be able to save the slides for future reference. Absolutely. You're going to get the replay, do your screenshots so that you can save these slides. All right, do your screenshots so that you can save the slides. All right, all right, all right. Juanita, I don't know if you want to come in and say a few words. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were going to be on. I would have had you come in as a co-panelist and say a couple of words to everybody because you just went through the grant template. So if you want to come in, I can try to get you in so that you can come in and say a few words. So on the replay, yes, you'll get this the replay. It's you'll get the replay, and that's Juanita Scott. She bought the Juanita Scott bought the grant template. Where can we find grants for in developing countries? Perfect, perfect question. When you search for grants, so you can use AI. Again, explain your situation, explain the programming, explain what you want to do. That's one way. Or you can go through a grant template. So grant templates like Grant Station, Grant Watch, the Foundation Directory Online, they all have portals for international funding. So please don't think just because you're in the United States that there's no funding for you. You could either be in the United States, right? Serve a population in Africa. You can still search for grants. You could be in Africa and search and still find grants. You can do either one. The grant portal will allow you to search for grants internationally. All right. Should we worry about AI detector sites when applying for grants? So first of all, AI is not going to just magically write a grant template for you, right? When you get the information that you saw me pull up, right? That you saw me pull up, you copy and paste it into your Word document, but it will tell you check the stats. But keep in mind, you saw me feed it. I fed it information about the organization. So you're feeding it your original information. It's not making up stuff. That's why you have to feed it. You have to give it your information. And because you're giving it original information, it's taking what you've given it and it is expanding it. So what is it detecting? You've written the original words, right? This is why you can't think it's just magically going to come up with just information. You've got to give it something to work with. And so when it gives you the information, you copy and paste it back into your Word document and you review it and make sure it sounds like you, make sure it is appropriate to your organization. You're simply using it as a tool. You're not using AI as a replacement. You're using it as a tool, not a replacement. All right. Where do you go to pay for grant research in ChatGPT? You're not paying for grant research in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free. Now, if you want the paid version, it's $20 a month. but you can do grant research in ChatGPT, whether you have the paid or the free version. For the budget, how would you craft it up for a startup? I think I am still in that space. Okay, so if you are a startup and you need your original budget, you can ask AI, create a startup budget for me. I want to open up a restaurant. Can you create a startup budget for me? But you want to make sure that the numbers that you're using are comparable to other numbers in your city or state, because to start up a restaurant in California costs a little bit different than starting a restaurant in Ohio. All right. So you just want to make sure that the numbers that you're using for like labor are comparable to what's going on in your community. But you can go into AI and ask it. Say, I want to start up a restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. Can you give me a startup budget? Can you estimate what the startup budget would be? But I remember I have a built-in GPT in the course that will do all of this for you. All right. It doesn't have to be Chat GPT. It could be Claude. Those are the two that I'm most familiar with when it comes to helping secure grant money. Are grants available for small businesses to possibly help with business costs like this program? Absolutely. I just got notification of a grant for small businesses today. That's it's anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 there. So when you search for grants, you're searching based on your organization, whether you are a nonprofit or a small business. There are grant portals that you can use. I'm going to put a few in here. As a matter of fact, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly, I'm going to quickly put in a list of the grant portals that you can use to search for grants in addition to AI, right? In addition to AI. Here, let me grab these. In addition to AI, you can use these portals. And I'm going to quickly put the HTTP on here so that you can get the link right from here. So this is a list of portals that you can use when you are searching for grants beyond AI, because it's not just AI. There are many other, and we when you come into the community, we use everything. We don't just use AI. All right. So these are some of the portals that you can use. Let me explain these really quickly. If you are a creator, like an artist, an author, a musician, a dancer, Grants for Creatives, that is a site for you. It's $97. You get to search for the whole year. The Grant Portal is the internet's largest grant catalog. That's $200 for the whole year. Grant Watch is $20 a week. For Grant Watch, the Grant Portal, they both have grants for international organizations. I'm actively revamping my business structure, profit versus nonprofit. If I purchase your AI program, do I still get the benefit of the program while I'm in transit? Oh, did I not say with the course, you get lifetime access. You get lifetime access. You will have it forever. Like I don't believe in giving you 3 months. No, lifetime access. So absolutely, absolutely. It's lifetime access, or Rosetta. Are business plans required or good to have when applying for a small business grant? Sure, you can have a business plan, but a business plan is not a grant application. There are components that are very different. I serve as a business coach for ECDI, which is funded by the Small Business Administration. So I coach businesses a lot. Um, you you still need to know how to answer questions in a grant application. The business plan is different. Foundations sometimes look for different things. than what you would find in a business plan. Freddie, you absolutely get a certificate of completion when you complete the AI course. Absolutely, you do. Yes, forever access. Absolutely, you have it forever. So you go at your own pace. You go at your own pace. So if you don't do anything else, please get the course. It's $197. It's going to be $500 after 3 days. You'll have it forever. You get the community. So you get to meet with me once a month as a part of the group coaching call. You're in the Facebook group, which I'm there a lot. Melissa's here with me online. She posts so many grants in the Facebook group weekly. There are so many small business grants, nonprofit grants in the Facebook group. They're posted continuously. All right. So you got to do something. You can't keep doing things the way you were doing them before. It does not work. It does not work. You've got to do something different. You've got to do something different. All right, so let me go up to the webinar chat because there were a lot of questions in there. So that's it for the Q&A. No, you don't pay both. The $997, the grant template, you get the course for free. You get the course for free. When you buy the grant, can you put the link in there again for the grant prep, the done for you grant prep? For $997, I'm giving you the course. We're doing the work. We are literally writing your grant template for you. But as a bonus, you get the AI course forever, forever. And I'm going to give you 10 grants custom to your organization. When I say you are ready, you're ready. Nothing is going to stop you at that point but you. You're going to have your grant template. You're going to have your list of grants. You're going to have your AI course. Like, then it's on you. Then it's on you. Then it's on you. Because you have everything you need. You will have everything you need, right? And because you've already met with me, it includes a free strategy session with me. That's normally $500 an hour. That's what people pay, $500 an hour. That's all included in the grant prep. Everything's included. You got everything you need. All right. And yes, you can pay the $997 with the buy now, pay later. Right. That's through Klarna or Afterpay. You get 4 interest-free payments, and I'm not even waiting for that. As soon as you sign up and do the Klarna or the Afterpay, we're setting up a meeting. We're getting started. Juanita can tell. I think Juanita Scott left, but she just went through this process for the template. All right. So let me go back up. Let me go back up because there were quite a few questions at the beginning, and I want to get to all of the questions. I want you to be encouraged, people. The money is available. And I see people here in the chat that work with me that they've gotten money before. They've won grants before. Let me scroll down. I'm trying to get through all of the questions. Da, 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 da. And so I'm here to help you. That's why the replay is free. You know, most people charge for these replays, right? Most people charge for these replays. I'm giving you the replay for free. Yes, the international grants. Oh, let me see if I can pull up. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull this up because I know I have people here from Africa. Oh, let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. All right. Let me show you really quickly the people here from Africa. I want to show you something. I think this is it here. I want to show this to you. So for the internet, I hope everybody can see this. So for the international searches, let's say you're in Nigeria. Go to databases like GrantStation, Instrumental, Funds for NGOs to find your international funding. Now, like I said, I was doing another presentation. I just chose Nigeria. This could be any other international location. All right. These are some of your local sources for Nigeria. This Development Research and Project Center. continent-wide resources all over Africa. You're looking for organizations that fund nonprofits in Africa, African NGOs. Maybe it's by subject. Maybe you're in community development. Now you can go to the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria because they have resources, right? This is what happens when you work within my community. I'm going to help you. Let's say, because I have a client who is wanting to irrigate, to have clean water in Africa, and she's looking for grants. Let's say that's what your area is, because that's still part of climate too. The UNDP has small grants. They have small business grants. This UK PAC Nigeria Cause, they can tell you about funding. This AFDB Nigeria Trust Fund, they have grants. Or you can look at United States foundations like the Ford Foundation, the Gates Foundation. They fund organizations in Africa. So again, don't think just because you're not serving a US audience that there are no grants for you. There are. All right. All right. I'm scrolling through. I'm getting through the questions here. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. How can I get started to come up with my own organization so that I can start writing grant proposals? So if you, it sounds like you want to become a grant writer. So I've been a grant writer for 18 years now, and I have professional grant writers in the course. So the course will help you understand how to write grants. I have what I call my OG course, which was nicknamed that by one of the students. I have another course that teaches you how to write grants from soup to nuts. I call that my OG course, and some of you have that course. That was my original grant writing course. It's not about AI, but it's about learning how to write about your organization, learning how to come up with the mission, the need statement, the impact statement. It teaches you how to write it, right? But the grant template, we're doing that for you. We're doing it for you. But yes, you can come into the community and learn how to write grants. Absolutely. The AI course will teach you how to write grants. But I do have another, like I call it my OG, my original course that teaches you section by section how to do the writing so that you have something to put into AI. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Other questions. Thank you, Deborah. Juanita Scott. Get a professional email address through Google. They have a nonprofit discount too. Same platform as getting the ChatGPT discount. So, yes, you need a professional email address, all of you. Oh, so we were talking about why the large corporations give so much money to small businesses, because all of you that are small businesses, that most of that grant money is coming from your large corporations. And Juanita correctly was saying they don't like to pay taxes, right? So when they give out grant money, what is that? What is that when they give out grant money? What do you think that is when corporations give out grant money? It's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off. And did you all know that banks provide grants? Don't sleep on your banks. Banks for small businesses and nonprofits, don't sleep on your banks. This is just some of the information that you get when you come into the community, which you can do for as little as what? The $197 for the grant writing course. I would advise you to get the template so that you have everything you need. And it's the fastest way, because then you're not thinking about, okay, what do I need to do next? How do I come up with this need statement? And then you forget about it. And 2 weeks later, I haven't done that need statement. I've got to get this impact statement together. I've got to get this proposal together. Buy the grant template and just alleviate yourself from so many headaches. It's going to be done for you. And you'll get the course and you'll get the list of grants. And I'm going to talk to you about the strategy and what you should be doing. All right. Got board members about to meet, one in Florida Monday. Very diverse. Renita, good. Good, good, good. They should come from diverse backgrounds, maybe a lawyer, maybe an accountant, maybe an educator, maybe a fundraiser, not all family and friends. Thank you, Deborah. You will all get the replay. The replay has all of the slides. You ask AI to find grants based on the info you submitted, or do you find out grants and upload the application and then it tells you if you should apply both? You're doing both. You're asking AI to find you a list of grants. With the list of grants that it's going to give to you, you can then go back and upload the URL of each grant into AI and ask it whether or not, or ask it how it can best give you information as to how you match with that grant. It gave you the opportunity for the grant, it gave you the list, but you want to do a little bit more in-depth research. Because if you're writing that grant template, you want to be able to showcase that you are on point with their grant application. So you do both. You do both. Thank you, Minion. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Renita. Ah, Deborah. Deborah left. Okay, listen to this. Deborah says it's amazing. I completed my first three grants, and Copilot said I would be in the top 1%. I'm waiting for notification now. People, you have got to get beyond the fear of this. I said at the beginning, your success is on the other side of your fear. Because at this point, you're the only one holding you back. You are. You're the only one holding you back. You can't do things like you were doing them before. Getting grant money in 2026 is not like getting grant money in 2025. Get the help. Get the course. The course this is amazing. I have a custom GPT built into the course that's going to make it even better than your regular GPT, than the regular program. It's $197. And then the grant prep is $997. It's a $15,000 value. You're meeting with me directly, right? Which is normally $500 an hour. I met with Juanita for a couple of hours getting her information and talking to her about strategy. For a couple of hours, that would have been $1,000 if I had bills, if I had invoiced an organization to meet with me for 2 hours. That's $1,000 every day. Every day, $1,000 is what I bill to meet 2 hours with an organization. For $1,000, you're not only meeting with me, I am creating your grant template. You have access to the AI course. You're getting a list of 10 grants, right? Okay, more questions. Dr. SS says the Linda Peavy effect. Yes. All right. Let's see. All right, let's see. So when you get the replay, do your screenshots and you'll get the prompts. Do your screenshots. Thank you, Tiffany. Miss Peavy, you give away so many gems in these free webinars. You always cover A to Z. So unbelievable how valuable these sessions are. Thank you so much. Again, what did I say at the beginning? I don't do the fluff. I don't do the fluff. I don't do the gatekeeping. Please, what I ask you to do is to share this information with somebody else. You got to tell me when you get the replay, please share it with another business. Please share it with another nonprofit. Please share this information. Please share this information. I'm always going to advise you to do the paid version of ChatGPT. It's $20 a month. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. I would not worry about AI detectors. Thank you. Juanita said I didn't know where to begin. Working with Linda and her done for you package helped me get much clearer. We went through it. She knows exactly what she should be doing now. And a lot of you are in that same boat. Like you literally don't know where to start. or you're trying to do too much at one time. You got all these ideas in here, like, oh my gosh, I got 10 nonprofits I want to open because I'm just trying to help everybody. I got 10 nonprofits up in here. No. By the time you get done with me, you will have one, you will know exactly what it is, you will know exactly who your target population is, and how to get started and what you need to do. Because the more target populations you try to pile on, the more you dilute your effects, the more you dilute your services. By trying to help everybody, you end up not helping anybody at all. So we don't do the 10 different target populations. We focus on one so that you can get moving and get going. Because the more you think about all this help you want to do, which is beautiful, but it's not helping anybody. And it's not helping you because it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck. That's why when people, even when they buy the course, they take that little Ask the Expert VIP session with me so that they can get unstuck. That's available to any of you who just buy the course. All right. What are the neutral terms for disabilities and special needs? Ask AI. It will give you that. Now there are some, ask AI. Ask AI to give you that. Now there are some categories where you're not going to change. You're not going to change the wording because special needs is one of those categories. There are so many grants that are geared towards organizations that serve people with disabilities and special needs, but guess what? You need to be specific. What are those special needs? The more specific you are, the easier it will be for you to find grants. Let's say you deal with people with epilepsy. There's an epilepsy foundation. There are organizations that provide grants to nonprofits or for profits that help people with epilepsy. Be specific. Be specific. All right. Looking for funds for brick and mortar. Oh my gosh. So there are, you just missed one grant. Freddie, you just missed the FedEx grant, which was a $25,000 grant. They extended the deadline. It was in January. You had to be a brick and mortar. Now there are two other grants coming up for brick and mortars. One is by wish.com, wish.com. You have to be a brick and mortar. The other is called the Main Street Grant. You have to be a brick and mortar. So there are two grants coming up, but guess what? That's not where you should only be looking. You're working with the Fannie Lou Hamer Cancer Foundation. There are probably 5 different industries that you should be looking for grants. The fact that you have a brick and mortar is one. The fact that you're working with people, I'm assuming with cancer, is two. That could be a health and wellness grant that you're looking for. You're in the heart of rural Mississippi Delta. That's grant number 3 because there are grants geared towards organizations that are located in rural areas. You said where poverty is overwhelming and resources are scarce. That's grant number 4 because there are grants that are geared towards people that are working with underserved communities. You see how that works? I just came up with 4 different industries for you. All right. Thank you again, Kathleen, for being with us. Let's see. Do you think AI is making the review process more competitive? It's always been competitive. It's always been more competitive. But I'll tell you what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening. And this is why I'm telling you, if you don't do anything else, people, do it for yourself. Get the AI course. Please learn how to use AI. So this is what's happening. Organizations are using ChatGPT to write these cookie cutter applications and sending off these cookie cutter applications to these foundations, and they're being rejected by the droves because everybody sounds the same. Everybody says, my program is to help save the world, or my program is to help save this particular community. No details, no impact, no need statement. And so it has become more frustrating. I can tell you that for foundations because I work with foundations because they're tired of seeing these cookie cutter applications because people don't know how to use AI. And the AI course teaches you how to use AI. And even the grant template, remember, you're getting the AI course for free. Shelley. Shelley is giving everybody a testimony. Shelley bought the AI course. She says, I have to leave early, but I look forward to the recording. I'm working through the AI-Powered Grant Accelerator course. That's my course. And the voice profile worksheet in module one has already helped me better prepare for writing grants. She says, thank you. The course will help you to make absolutely sure that whatever feedback and resources and writing that you're getting from AI is in your voice. So you don't have to worry about whether somebody is reading your grant and saying, was this AI? They should never know you use AI, ever. All right, let's see. Malinga, perfect, great, thank you. Um, Naguma, Naguma. I think building relationship with the foundation, I would like to know how one can get to these foundations and how one can start with this relationship. Come into the community and I teach that. That I teach that. That's one of the modules in the AI course. That's one of the modules in the AI course. How to deal with these foundations. And I'm doing a special webinar coming up. I don't have the date yet. Probably, no, I know it will be in the next month, where I'm doing a special webinar just to tell you how to slay that foundation meeting. I've set up hundreds of them over the last 18 years. I'm teaching you how to walk in and walk out a winner, because you don't have to be scared when you're prepared. You will be prepared. And you see what AI does? It will serve as your coach. It will literally give you a lot of the questions that it thinks the foundation will ask you. I have an entire module in the AI course to get you ready. All right. Samal says, call those things that be not as though they were. Yes. So I want everybody to do one thing right now before you leave. This is so important. Everybody, because really time is out for you procrastinating this money, $200 billion, $200 billion. Everybody right now, I want you to write into this chat at all of you. This is for you. Don't do this for me. Do this for you because I believe in manifestation. I want you to write into this chat. I am ready to get grant money. Everybody, everybody, write into this chat. I am ready to get grant money. Brian, I would be happy to be your mentor. Come into the course and we can have that conversation. Thank you, David. What about grant applications that have their own form? Right, most of them do. Grant applications have their own forms. Absolutely. So when I create the grant template for you, you're copy and pasting. Make sure though that you understand the question on the grant application. But every grant application has its own form. Absolutely. The grant template is your guide so that you're not starting from square one every time. Because I've been in this industry for 18 years, I know the questions on the grant applications, most of them. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been hired to literally write those grant applications, like build the questions on many of them. So when I'm done with this grant template, or you can create the grant template, if you buy the AI course and you don't want us to write it for you, you will build the template yourself through the AI course. So when you answer the questions, it's helping you build the template. So what you're doing, you're taking the questions that I give you in the AI course, you're answering, you're getting those answers together, but you're building a grant template. So you have the foundation. That's what I mean when I say a repeatable process. This is why it makes it easier. So when you get to that grant application and you read that question, you're going to have the answer somewhere in this grant template without you reading the question in the grant application and thinking, oh my gosh, I got to come up with this answer. The answer is done. Either I've written it for you or you've written it already. Do you see how fast it makes the time when you're applying? This is how you can apply for 2 and 3 grants a week. You've got the template already. You've got the template already. This is how you apply for 2 and 3 grants every single week because his money is waiting. The money is waiting on you. All right. I'm actively revamping my business structure, profit versus nonprofit. If I purchase your, yes, yes, yes. I answered that one. It's lifetime. AI is wonderful. It is. Freddie, I hope you become a part of the community. I would love to help you with this Fannie Lou Hamer Center Foundation. Ah, so when we pay the 997 for the course, how soon do we get awarded with grant winning? Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect question. There is no such thing as guaranteed grants. I'm going to say this again for everybody to hear me. There is no such thing as guaranteed grants. Don't let anybody tell you they can guarantee you grant money. I would never say that because I know better. There is no such thing as a guaranteed grant. However, you place yourself in the best possible position to get it. And getting a grant template does that. Having a strategy session with me does that because now you're not going after the wrong grants. But a guaranteed grant, if anybody is saying that to you, run for the hills because they're getting ready to scam you. All right. I struggle with the self-paced course. I could use personal instruction for getting my nonprofit. You can always meet with me. You can always meet with me so that we can do a strategy session. So if you struggle with a self-paced course, get the guidance you need so that and I what I can do when we meet, I can take you through the course and know where you struggle with it so that you start off with what you need. So that's the two, I think it's 247 to meet with me for the hour, which is normally $500. So if you buy one of the courses, you just add that strategy session on and you meet with me one-on-one privately. Thank you, Marie. Hey, she's from Cleveland. Thank you, V. Goodman. Ah, Louise Ross, I plan to move to a new state for my business. Should I apply for grants before I move or should I wait until I get there? Where the question is what population and where are you serving? Are you serving in that community? If you're serving in that community, wait until you move, right? If you serve the country, if you have a program that serves the country and it doesn't matter where you live, then it doesn't matter. But if you know you're going to be serving your community, wait until you move. Is there a grant for senior programs like an adult daycare or non-medical home agency, or do I need an LLC separate? First of all, you don't need an LLC to get grants, period. So if somebody said that to you, they were giving you misinformation. You do not need an LLC. You know that sole proprietors get grants too. You don't even need an LLC. So that's just incorrect. And yes, there are grants for senior programs like an adult daycare. Absolutely. Do you know that we're in an aging community, right? So the population is aging. So there are grants that are geared for organizations that serve this aging population, and an adult daycare is absolutely one of them. Absolutely. Thank you, Freddie. The replay will automatically be mailed to the participants. Yes. Thank you, Samal. You receive a certificate? Absolutely. You can do the afterpay with the 997. I'm going to show this one. Let me share my screen. I want to show this one more time to the person asking. Oh, okay. Here we go. Share screen really quickly. Okay, there it is. So this is the 997, right? This is the done for you. You either hit 997, you pay the 997, or two payments of 597. You pay now and then you pay in 30 days 597. That's the 2-month payment plan. Or if you want to use Klarna or Afterpay, there it is 4 interest-free payments of 249.25. And it says for Afterpay is going to be or over says over 6 to 12 months. Just click in there and see what it may be different for everybody. I don't know. But this is say it's going to be at least 4 interest-free payments. So you don't pay any interest. So you divide the $1,000 up in 4 payments, no interest whatsoever. And I don't wait until you're paid up. We set up that meeting right away. All right. Okay. I don't want to miss any questions. So I have to scroll back up here just a bit. Okay, I think, okay, I'm done there, done there. All right. Thank you, David. Okay, we're down here. Thank you, Melissa. Militia, I think. Okay, here we go. All right. How long will it take to get the grant? Not the grant. There are thousands of grants. There are thousands of grants. It's not the grant. There are thousands of grants, and it depends. Remember, grants are provided by individual organizations. They all have their different requirements. I can tell you typically it's 3 months. Typically it takes 3 months to get the grant money once you are approved. If you are approved, typically takes 3 months. Sometimes it's much sooner. So if you are a nonprofit and you go to your community, your local community foundation, this is another nugget. If you are a nonprofit, Google local community foundation so that you know where the local community foundation is in your community so that you can meet with them. Come into our community and I'll teach you how to meet with them. Sometimes they have what's called discretionary funding. So instead of you waiting 3 months, if you have an emergency, if you are trying to keep the lights on in your nonprofit, if you need to desperately hire help, you can ask for discretionary grant funding, which usually doesn't take as long as regular grant funding. These are for grants usually under $15,000. And I've worked with people to get those grants as soon as 6 weeks. But it depends. Every funder is different. But that is an option for nonprofits when you're working with especially foundations, because again, oftentimes they have that discretionary funding. All right, let's see. I'm a nonprofit. When I write a grant for a furnace and AC unit, storage unit, do I write for each individual or as a group? I don't know what you mean by that. You have to explain what you're asking. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're a nonprofit, sounds like you have multiple units. Do I write for each individual or as a group? You're writing on behalf of the nonprofit organization. So I need more information. Can you accept and respond to direct contact for discussion and collaboration? Yes, send me an email. Melissa, if you could drop my email address into the webinar chat, people, please put my email into your safe senders list or your email contact list because you're going to get the replay from this email. Hello at grantwritingfornonwriters.com. For those of you that are wanting information about other resources like that original grant writing course, um, or grant writing, like if you want us to write grants for you, that's a significantly higher rate. Let me just say that it's a significantly higher rate, and we don't do it for most people. All right, let's see. I am new to this and want to help my church. Will the course help me with that, or should I encourage them to do the done for you? That's up to you. Like if the church wants to do the done for you, that would be awesome. Because here's where, I'm glad you asked that. I hope you're still here. This is where churches go wrong. I think I mentioned this before or in one of my other trainings. You want to be able to position your programs to get grant money. Just so you know, by the way, right now, there is a worship and preaching grant available as we speak. You can ask for between $8,000 and $25,000. Right now, it's open. You can apply for that grant right now. It's one of the only preaching grants I know to exist. It's open right now. But to help you, I would prefer you do the done for you. Let me write this for you. Let us frame this for you because your church needs to know how to use its programming to ask for grants. Do you have a women's program? right? You can write about what you're doing with the women's program. Maybe you have a mental health and wellness component where you got counselors coming in. Now you can ask for mental health and wellness because you're keep in mind you're helping the community. Overall, think about how you help the community with your church. Do you have a daycare center? Excuse me. Do you have programming where do you have a food ministry? Do you have a food bank? That's helping the community. You should be applying for grants throughout the community because your church has a food bank. There's a way in which you have to word it. So that's why I would absolutely recommend that they do the done for you. I'm going to go back to the Q&A when I'm done with the webinar chat to see if there are any questions there. The accelerator is absolutely included with the grant prep. It's included. You get it for free. That's why I'm saying the 997 it is a $15,000 program. You're getting it for 997 that if you want to pay it twice in two payments, you can. If you want to make four interest-free payments, you can. You're actually getting the AI-Powered Grants Accelerator course for free. You don't pay the 197. You're getting it for free when you buy the grant prep kit, the grant template. You're getting the course for free. You're getting a list of grants custom to you for free. All right. Excuse me. I did answer the question about the business plans. We have 9 more minutes. My name is Denzandria. I have a nonprofit organization, youth development program, Courage to Change, where we strive to provide support and essential resources to the underserved youth. We are in need of funding and a grant writer. Send me an email. You can buy the dump for you if you want for 997. You can buy the AI course. Either way, you will get a significant amount of help. That's right, Samal. If you be ready, you don't have to get ready. That's what I say. Look at all these people. I'm ready to get grant money. Deborah, Gwen, Yvette, Johnny, is it Jonieka? I know you've been with me before. Dr. S, Thomas, Renita. Yes, Jafet, Rosette. That's what I'm talking about. Samal. Say this to yourself. Don't say this for me, Militia. Samad, procrastination is out. There's $200 billion waiting for you. Santina, Harrison, Naguma, Nancy, Diane, Violet, yes, Louise, Freddie. I'm ready to get grant money. All right, I believe that's it. I understand, Naguma. If you can't afford the AI course, use the replay. You're getting it for free. What grants would you suggest for a for-profit preschool? There's numerous. There's, off the top of my head, reading, STEM is a preschool, early learning education. Are you providing good nutritional grants? That's for right there. How will your course teach, assist a life coach? I have coaches in my community. I have coaches who buy my course. The question for you is, what are you doing? Who are you helping? Because a life coach doesn't say much to me. That doesn't say much to me. I hear that all the time. What is a life coach? What does that mean? What are you doing? Who are you helping? And how are you helping them? Are you providing mental health and wellness counseling? Are you providing career coaching? If you're providing career coaching, okay, now we can move from there because that's workforce development. That's the hottest job area in the country. That's the hottest area for grants is workforce development. And if you are training women on their careers, think about applying for a workforce development grant. I say it again, there are riches and niches. You've got to niche down. All right. How many grants do you apply for the Done For You platform? We're not applying for any grants for you with the Done For You platform. We're not applying for grants for you. We are creating your grant template. You are applying for grants for you. We're going to give you that template. We're going to give you 10 grants. You have the AI course and you need to start applying for grants. Now, again, if you want grant coaching, I provide grant coaching to keep you accountable. Send me an email and we can meet so I find out what your needs are. But we don't apply. The only time we will apply for a grant on your behalf is if we are writing the grant for you. And we do offer grant writing services. Again, those services are significantly higher than anything I've talked about today. That is the only time we will apply for a grant for you is if we wrote the grant. And you have to truly be grant ready for us to spend time writing a grant for you. You have to already be grant ready. All right. But if you want to have that conversation, I would be happy to have it with you. Are there grants to help me get a bigger building for my nonprofit? Yes. Yes. I'm a nonprofit. We are in need of a new AC heating units, lighting, storage. I was wondering if I need to. So, yes, so you're a nonprofit. That's just part of what you would spend the money on, which is great. So you know where to spend the money on. So let's say you have a nonprofit that's a building, and that building for your nonprofit needs a new HC heating unit, new lighting, new storage unit. Absolutely. That's part of what you're going to spend that money on. So those are called operational expenses, administrative expenses, and yes, there are operational grants. So all of you are going to be on my email list. I give other grant writing webinars where I go into detail about how you write aspects of different grants and how, like, the difference between an operating grant and a program project grant. What you're telling me now is an operational grant. And yes, there are operational grants available. Absolutely. When you get an operational grant, you decide where to put that money. I'm going to say this again. When you get an operational grant, you decide where to put that money. All right. So all of you should go after those operational grants. Yes. All right. We got 3 minutes and I have to wrap it up. Does the done for you frame include all programs you operate in nonprofit of nonprofit? Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely it does. I told you you're going to be ready. After the done for you, you'll be ready to apply for grants and for whatever program you have because we're going to go over your organization and all of your programs. Now, if it's a different company, that's a different story because the done for you is going to be based on one company, regardless of how many programs you have. We're going to cover all the programs. Exactly, Sheila, it is. It is the preaching and worship grant, which I've been, if you follow me, you know I've been spreading it all over Facebook. It is the Calvin Institute of Worship grant, and it is for preaching and worship. And you know what's great, Sheila? There's two components. One is for your church, but one is if you are in seminary or if you are in a college and taking some type of or teaching, you have to be a teacher. You could be a teacher at a seminary or a teacher at a divinity school or even a teacher at a regular university. As long as you are teaching, worship, and preaching, you can apply for that grant. All right. All right. I'm going to wrap things up. Let me just get to the last couple of questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. So for the next 3 days, you're going to get your emails. Your emails will have the replay. In the emails, this is very important. Your emails will have the replay in the emails. It will have your link to these two options. All right. It will have the link to these two options. Either you're done for you, right? The done for you or the course. I don't know if Yvette is still with us. We got to give Yvette some love. Yvette bought the done for you. I need to see some clapping of hands. I need to see some hearts. I need to see some love for Yvette. Yvette was like, I'm tired of figuring this out myself. I am tired of figuring this out myself. It will be done for you. And guess what? We're going to set up the meeting. You're going to get an email to set up the strategy session so we can get going. I don't wait. There's grant money to be had. I don't wait. I don't wait. There's too much grant money. Too much grant money. All right, let's see. Oh, affordable housing is one of the largest areas for grants. Oh my gosh, affordable housing for senior citizens? Yes, Deborah. Yes, absolutely. You can go to banks. Banks are huge on giving grant money for organizations and affordable housing. I've done work for Habitat for Humanity, so I'm very familiar with grants for affordable housing. All right, let's see. A forgiveness life coach who assists women who've been placed in a position of homelessness unexpectedly. Now you're talking, right? We assist them with starting over. I am looking for, so now you're talking. Now you've been specific. Now I can help you because now you're telling me you coach homeless women. That's a whole different category than saying I'm a life coach. You've got to define what you do because now you can apply for grants that are geared for organizations that help the homeless. Now you can apply for grants that are geared towards organizations that help women. All right. So that's what I want all of you to do. Drill down, niche, and focus. Thank you, Freddie. We're done. Oh, let me make sure because somebody said they popped a question over here. Oh, and by the way, just so you all know, when you apply for a grant, nobody's checking your credit score. Nobody's checking your credit. Don't worry about having bad credit. Nobody's checking your credit score. When you apply for a grant, the grant is not for you. It's for your nonprofit or your small business. I work with the Universal Farmers Association in Liberia as the executive director. We are working with rural female farmers, particularly single mothers. Can you accept and respond to an email to discuss? Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll love to talk to you. Sounds like a phenomenal. And the farming association. Yes. Yes. Now you're talking about one of the basic areas for grants, food, shelter, clothing. Food, shelter, clothing. If you provide food, shelter, or clothing, your percentages of being approved for a grant go up because those are called basic needs. All right. All right. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Thank you, Rosetta. Thank you, Rosetta. I need help. I need help with a budget. The AI course will help you write a budget. Will help you write your budget. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate you staying with me until the end, staying through all the questions. This has been fantastic. I am hoping that in the next 3 days, you do this for yourself. You've got to invest in your organization just a little. If you want to meet with me to talk more with me about the done for you, send me an email and then we can set up a meeting. As a matter of fact, if you want to talk with me, I'm going to drop my Calendly link into the chat. This is not to discuss the AI course. This is only to discuss the done for you. I'm dropping this link into the chat. I'm going to say this again. If you want to speak with me about how the done for you, the $997 program can help you, I am dropping my Calendly link into, let's see if that, I think this should work. Into the chat, you can set up a meeting with me to discuss how that grant done for you package can help your organization. My link is in the chat to set up a meeting with me just to discuss how the done for you can help you. The link is in the chat. All right. Thank you all so much. I hope over the next 3 days to see you. Keep in mind, no matter which program you get, you're coming into my private Facebook group. I'm going to see you in the Facebook group, regardless of which one you buy. Whether you just buy the course or whether you buy the done for you, I'm going to see you in my Facebook group. You're going to get an email with a link to the private Facebook group. And I will see you over in there. And I will give you a shout out once you come over in there. All right, because this is continuous. This is not wanted. I don't believe in like leaving you. That's why even if you just buy the course, you still get access to the Facebook group so that you can get continuous help. Continuous help. All right, that's right, Samal. Let's do this. I decree and declare it. Absolutely. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. And what I want you all to know is how important each and every one of you are. If nobody has told this to you, I'm telling you, you are important. You are worthy. The work that you're doing is important. It is important. Do not give up. Do not be discouraged. Whether you have a nonprofit, whether you have a small business, keep going. Keep going. It would be a privilege for me to help you because this is what I do. This has been my life's work for 18 years now. Help me help you. Wasn't that in a movie? Help me help you. Help me help you. All right. So for the next 3 days, you'll get the emails with the link to your replay and also with the link to buy one of these options. Please buy one of them. You cannot continue to do what you've been doing. It's not working. It's not working. All right. Thank you so much. I want you to have a safe and a blessed rest of your day, rest of the weekend, and just be safe, people. Be safe. Be safe and keep moving forward. Whatever you do, keep moving forward. Thank you again, Kathleen, for joining us. Thank you again for Melissa. Melissa is in the motherland. Melissa is in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for hopping on. She's a team member for helping me. Bless you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this information with you. You can do this. You can do this. Kathleen did it. Juanita did it. Kimberly did it. People that work, they're getting grants. You can do this. You can do this. You deserve this. And that's what many of you have to, you got to get it up here that you deserve this. What you're doing is phenomenal. The help that you're wanting to provide is phenomenal. And I thank you for spending time with me today because you could have been somewhere else at noon. All right. You could have been somewhere else at noon. So thank you so much. God bless you. Hopefully, I will see you all in this Facebook group over the next 3 days. Thank you so much. This is Linda Peavy, creator of the course Grant Writing for Non-Writers, Keys to Winning Grant Proposals, and the AI Grant Accelerator, and also the Done For You package. So thank you so much. God bless you. And I hope to see you all soon. And be sure again, if you're on the fence about the Done For You, that's $9.97. Click that Calendly and meet with me so that you ask me any questions that you have. I will explain it to you. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.